Greetings, 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 royal family. Thanks for clicking on the video and welcome back to the channel. All right, so just got a cute little video for you guys today. 50 Cent, Tyler Perry, all that yang yang stuff. Before I get into discussing these folks, please pay your admission fee as you are entering. Hitting the like button, that's it. That's your admission fee. And if you want to pay a little extra, share the video to your social media platforms or otherwise. I definitely don't mind. All right, let's not waste any time. Let's get right on to it. So 50 Cent, right? So he's pretty much retracting his endorsement of Cheeto 45, saying, I never liked him. Now on Sunday, Curtis Jackson, he posted a video of an interview between the Tonight Show host Jimmy Fallon and comedian Chelsea Handler. Now, if you guys aren't aware, Chelsea Handler and 50 Cent used to date. So Jimmy Fallon and Chelsea Handler, they discussed, 50's recent endorsement of Cheeto 45. This is very, very interesting. So this is what Chelsea Handler had to say, right? She says he doesn't want to pay 62% of taxes because he doesn't want to go from 50 cent to 20 cent. Cue the laugh track. Ha! So she said, I had to remind him that he was a black person. So he can't vote for Cheeto 45 and that he shouldn't be influencing an entire swath of people who may listen to him because he's worried about his own personal pocketbook. Now, Cheeto 45 is an original. That is what I call the current president. I very rarely say his name. So if you're wondering, who the heck is Cheeto 45? Or if you laughed thinking that Chelsea Handler said Cheeto 45, that laugh belongs to me. Thank you. Okay? So after that video, after him posting Chelsea Handler's appearance on Jimmy Fallon's show, he captioned this on his social media. He says, F Cheeto 45. I never liked him. For all I know, he had me set up and had my friend, let's just say, take it on out of here. LOL. So now all of a sudden, he ain't rocking. So he says anyway, he ain't rocking with Cheeto 45. Now, if you're not aware, last week, 50 Cent, he posted his dissatisfaction with Joe Biden's tax bill, right? Basically saying that there would be a 62% or so increase for individuals who make over $400,000 a year in, I think it was New York, Connecticut, and New Jersey. 50 lives in New York, right? So he was upset about that. And then he decided to endorse Cheeto. Chelsea Handler goes on television and says, I had to tell him that he was a black person and he can't think about his pockets and he can't tell a whole bunch of people this and yada, yada, yada. So now all of a sudden it's F Cheeto. 50 is the biggest troll. I've said it before and I will say it again. So he claims that he's not endorsing Cheeto, but when he votes, if he hasn't already, we don't know what he's going to do. So this is why I don't take him seriously. But shifting gears, still staying on the topic of 50 Cent. 50 Cent sat down with an interview with his former DJ Who Kid. This was a virtual interview, of course. And they basically discuss Power Book 2, which I can't even believe that they're not coming back till December. Anyway. So he and DJ Who Kid, they discussed Power Book 2 and possibly a G-Unit movie being released. Now, when Who Kid brought it up, 50 Cent, he was kind of quick to shoot it down. He wanted no part. So Who Kid said there was NWA, there was all these like Tupac's movie. This is what he said during their conversation. Is there going to be a G-Unit movie, man? Are you going to get the clique back together? You're going to get everything good among the clique first? 50 replied, I don't care to do that. I'd like to forget the G-Unit. So DJ Who Kid was shocked by this, He just went on to say, like, come on, the fans would never let you forget G-Unit. Are you kidding me? That's how we were introduced to you. Like, that's a big part of your brand. So G-Unit consisted of 50 Cent, Lloyd Banks, Tony Yayo, and Young Buck. So 50 replied, Kendrick don't even let those boys come on the stage when he performs. And 50 was referring to the rappers Schoolboy Q, J Rock, and Ab Soul. Those are the people that are a part of Kendrick Lamar's little camp there. So 50 continues, he does the shows all by himself. I could have did that. What the bleep I'm bringing these dirty ninjas on the stage for? I could have did like Kendrick. Dolo. Now, G-Unit as a group, they experienced, their glory days in the early 2000s. But since then, the group, they've become estranged, with 50 and Young Buck beefing publicly over issues involving money. Of course, it's always over money, right? Now, in the past, Young Buck, he claimed that he once owed 50 Cent $300,000 for his music. According to Young Buck, he said he attempted to pay half of his debt to 50 upfront, and he wanted to spread out the remaining payments, $150,000 over, 1 month span. But 50 allegedly requested more money from Buck for his music catalog in order for Buck to be free and no longer signed to 50. That's so messed up. So messed up. So yeah, 50, he's making his rounds, being a troll as usual, but that's crazy. But he wants to forget G-Unit. You can't forget G-Unit. That, like, are you kidding me? Just because you and the guys are not talking anymore, and now all of a sudden you're not endorsing Trump, so you say, or Cheeto, excuse me. What do you guys think about that? Did you take 50 seriously when he was, on Cheeto 45's side? Put it that way. Like I said, I don't take 50 Cent seriously at all. Now, before I move on to Tyler Perry, I thought this was an interesting article. This is a total throwback. So apparently, Above the Rim, y'all remember that movie? Classic, hood classic, I guess, right? Or cult classic? You be the judge. So Above the Rim is going to be streaming on HBO Max in November. Do you guys have HBO Max? I know it's gotten a little bit pricey with all these streaming services, but HBO Max has a good variety of stuff. If you're subscribed to HBO Max, let me know what you think in the comments. Now, Above the Rim is going to begin streaming on HBO Max on November 1st. Now, Above the Rim, such a classic, takes a look at a high school basketball star, Kyle Watson, who is waiting to hear if he will receive a scholarship from Georgetown. However, Watson is also asked to play in a playground basketball tournament ran by Birdie. That's Tupac, if you weren't aware. A local thug and former standout basketball player. Watson has to decide to play for his high school basketball coach or Birdie, who he has known for years. Now, you guys should know, if you're not aware, let me tell you, Above the Rim stars Dwayne Martin as Watson, Tupac Shakur as Birdie, Marlon Wayans, Leon Robinson and his fine self, Wood Harris, Bernie Mac. This was released in 1994. They did very well in the box office. Some of you may remember the classic song from the soundtrack, Regulate by Warren G and Nate Dogg. That was one of the most popular songs in the 1990s. It was also nominated for a Grammy, fun fact. I also want to give acknowledgement to SWV, Sisters with Voices. Okay, what was the name of the song? Anything You Want Me To? Whatever the name of the song is, you know what it is. That was also a part of this soundtrack. And the remix, I think it was it Method Man? Anyway, I ain't got time to go down memory lane. But yeah, so I definitely will be watching. That is a classic. As far as what the cast is doing now, most of the cast members, they went on to have successful careers. We know Marlon Wayans, he's doing a lot of things now. He just recently told Tiffany Haddish about herself. She asked a question, and he was very brutally honest. Tiffany Haddish wanted to know why she was never hired by any of the Wayans, and he just basically said that she was inappropriate. She was funny and all, but she took it too far. Dwayne Martin, he's still working, believe it or not. He was recently seen in the TV series LA's Finest with Jessica Alba and Gabrielle Union. So, and Tupac was called home to glory on September 13th, 1996. So just giving you the heads up, if you have HBO Max, they're going to be streaming Above the Rim on November 1st. All right, now let's get into this guy. Now, I just want to start off by saying I like Tyler Perry. I do. I respect Tyler Perry. But he's not above reproach. Thanks to all of you who have been watching my sister's reviews, who have watched my Tyler Perry bruh reviews. Tyler Perry can get this work. He can get this work. So here we go again with this writer's room talk with Tyler Perry. So he kind of insinuates that he may start utilizing writer's rooms and new directors. We've heard this before, Tyler. Why are you lying to us? Now, you know he has faced his fair share of criticism for his lack of variety in his storytelling, as well as his lack of writer's room directors. So now Tyler Perry says that he's open to bringing in more talent. Now, this was an interview done with Variety. Perry said that he's ready to bring, quote unquote, fresh, exciting talent for his various series. Now, Michelle Sneed, who is a president, she's the president of production at Tyler Perry Studios, and she's also the president of development. She also added that she and Perry are excited about the young up-and-coming filmmakers and new writers that we're working with. Yeah, okay. Tyler has solidified his place in the industry. His brand is amazing and will continue to grow that. Then on the other side, we're working on providing a platform and advocating for this new talent, both in front of and behind the cameras. This is what Michelle Sneed, she said. Tyler, we've been telling you for a long time that you need writers. And you said that you don't need no writers. He got testy and said, if my work doesn't resonate with you, it's not for you. I said, oh, somebody's getting very defensive. And I understand as a creator, you are very sensitive about your work, but he was getting very snappy. Now, this new statement is different, totally different from, Tyler Perry's original stance earlier this year when he famously tweeted about writing every episode for the upcoming seasons of his shows. The tweet led to a firestorm of backlash, including some comments from Lil Rel, who critiqued, he's a comedian, Lil Rel Howery. He critiqued Tyler for having shows like Sisters without hiring any black women writers. So this is what Lil Rel said. He said, I love Tyler and I'm proud of him, but I told myself I'm going to say something because I don't agree with that. This is what he said during a February interview on Deadline's New Hollywood podcast. So Lil Rel goes on to say, you can't write a show called Sisters. You're not a sister. So you don't want no suggestions or nothing? Now some of the cast of Sisters also responded to the critiques, blaming the criticism on, quote unquote, a culture of hateration. Really? But then again, they have to stick up for their boss, so I totally understand. Now, Tyler Perry himself also defended his decision to write all of his series in an interview with Shadow and Act during press for Netflix's A Fall from Grace. Remember that? Woo! I had fun reviewing that. Remember that movie? So Tyler says, I am very specific about who I'm writing for, who I'm writing to, and whether there's a discourse. That's on them. For me, I know exactly what I'm doing. I know exactly who I'm speaking to. This is what he said. He goes on to say, that's why the have and the have-nots returned at number 1. That's why The Oval is number 1. That's why Sisters is number 2. So I have the 1, 2, and 3 top shows among African American people. So if people don't get that, that's on them. I got me. I know what I'm doing. So whatever discourse it is, they can have that. Ooh, see, I told you Tyler got testy. Listen, if you want to continue to maximize on what it is that you've created while giving your audience chicken feed, go on for it. But don't try to pull the wool over our eyes as viewers. And, when we point it out and then you get defensive, that's on them. I don't care. You can't say that you don't care. Your audience is giving you critique. And again, I agree with Lil Rel. I've said this before. No female writers at all when it comes to Sisters. Listen, you can run your ship however you want to, but you are not above reproach. I definitely respect his work ethic. I definitely always love and appreciate a rags to riches story, so to speak. And I just feel like he don't want to hear nothing because he's stuck in his ways and he's going to continue to make money taking the maximum while producing the minimum. Hey, do you, Tyler? I will continue to review Sisters and point out the comical mishaps I wanted to be careful with what I said. I'm not trying to knock Tyler Perry. Like I said, I definitely appreciate and respect his hustle. But don't get all defensive because people done found you out, sir. So drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about Tyler Perry's shows. I mean, they're very repetitive. They're interesting to watch. And I watch out of support. And I have a good time reviewing some of his shows. But baby, that A Fall from Grace, that movie wasn't that bad, actually. It really wasn't. It really wasn't. Shout out to Felicia Rashad. All right, Royal Family. I just wanted to swing through and give you a quick video. Drop down in the comments. Let me know how you feel. Welcome to all of the new subscribers. Welcome. Hopefully you're getting comfortable and settled in. Welcome to the Royal Family. I greatly appreciate the love and support. Again, I will never get tired of saying that. And all my A1 Day ones holding it down, love y'all too. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now look, you've been in here for some time. You might have forgot to pay your admission fee, but hit that like button. That's your admission. I don't work for free over here. Okay? All right, Royal Family, I am signing off. I'll be back soon, though. And as always, until next time, folks, peace.